Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, that is washing behind me. That needs to be put away. This is just a quick intro to a gaming video I did a while back. It's an unboxing of a dice tray I got. It's a Zoom gaming session I did with my friends and a Diablo game I played with my husband. So any of my mom friends who aren't really into gaming, you're probably not going to find this very interesting. But yeah, anyone else who does game, I hope you enjoy it, and here it is. So on Saturday night though, I did a bit of online gaming with my friends. We did a Zoom game session, which I'll also put in here, just a clip of all of us on Zoom playing the games because they've all consented, so I'll put them all on. Okay, so here's my friends group. This is us playing online through Zoom. We used to play like every weekend or so, obviously in person before lockdown. We play tabletop games or card games, or we just get together and braai and talk nonsense. But obviously with lockdown it's not possible. So yeah, this is my friends group. At the top there is Isel. Under me is Anri and her boyfriend Darren, who's hiding behind the Apple Mac. Then of course you all know my husband. And then under him, the guy who's now hidden his video, that is Sean and his wife Teresa. Their video will come back on just now. Anyway, so we play Jackbox.tv games. A friend of ours, Sean, he bought the box of games and he shares the screen from his side on Zoom, and we all log in on our phones or on the PC to have our different characters and to be able to answer the questions and stuff. So the game you're playing here is called Murder Trivia. It is loads of fun. Basically it's just a whole lot of questions they give you, and then you get multiple choice answers to try and not die and then to also accumulate the most amount of points, or as in this case it's money. So yeah, here they'll show you what the first question looks like. There all of us are at the top. This first question, I had no idea what the answer was. Don't even know who Dilbert is. Sorry for anyone who does, because I have no idea who that is. So I did get it wrong. I think all of us got it wrong except for 2 people. You get 20 seconds to answer. Then once everyone's answered, it just stops. So all those people got it wrong, and we now go to the killing floor. There's a few different killing floors and different ways to die. This one is chalices, so basically the 2 people who got the answer right, they get to choose which of those goblets they're going to put the poison into, and then us 5 get to now decide which chalice they didn't poison and hope we don't die. Okay, so they both decided. Now we need to decide which chalice we're going to be drinking from. As you can see, the little timer there counting us down. We have to choose before. Okay, we've all chosen. If I remember correctly, only Darren got a poison chalice. Yes, the rest of us were okay. So Darren was the first one to die for this game, and that's his character. So he turns into a ghost, and ghosts can still answer questions and still gain points, but they obviously cannot die again. Once they're dead, they're dead. As you can see, I'm also sitting with little man. You can see him in the frame. He was awake while we were playing, so he sat with me on the desk. With this game it's fairly easy because I just need to use my mouse to click. Okay, so here's another killing floor. This is fingers. This is like horrible. This you don't actually die. What's bad about this is that you have to choose one of your 4 fingers to cut off, and that means that you cannot choose one of those answers when you are doing multiple choice. So depending on which finger you choose, that's the finger you can't use for multiple choice. It is the worst killing floor for me. Okay, so scoreboard again. Then we move on. This was now the last one. Sean and his wife were the only 2 that were alive. We all answered. They both got it wrong as well, so they ended up going to the killing floor. As you can see, I'm also fiddling with little man and showing him off. Okay, this was memory. This was quite fascinating because this has never happened before. So you have to memorize the pattern, and then you have to recreate it. But in this one, Sean and his wife, when they did it, got exactly the same percentage for both. They're completely different patterns because they weren't watching each other. You could see they weren't. But they got exactly the same percentage of the puzzle, correct. And we're just waiting for them to finish. Okay, his wife's done. He's just finishing. Okay, he's done. Alright, so that was what they needed to get. Now they're going to show you what they did. See, completely different, but both 86% correct. So because of that, this game is very sadistic, and it killed both of them, which meant all of us died, which again has never happened before. We all died. So we were like wondering, okay, was that like, is that the end of the game then if all of us died? But it turned out that no. They now gave Sean back his life because he had the most amount of points, which was quite awesome. So we would go on to the last stage, where it is a room that you are trying to get across to get to the exit. Sean, of course, gets the lead because he's the only one left alive. Well, he was brought back to life. And then all of us get a chance to overtake him by answering questions. He only has 2 choices when it comes to answering the question, whereas all the ghosts get 3, so we have an extra chance to be able to take him over when we answer our questions. So it's quite a lot of fun because quite often it comes neck and neck, and one of the ghosts usually takes over the living person and they get their body back and they're able to escape. So here's all of us answering the questions. It does take a fair amount of time. Obviously, again, as you can see, the little skull is counting down, and that's how much time we have to answer the questions. And off we go. I'm, of course, sitting talking to little man because he's sitting in his high chair next to me, eating a finger biscuit. He loves his finger biscuits. And I was sitting watching that. And so every time, of course, a question came up, I would read it, answer it, and then carry on giving little man his attention. And please excuse my hair. Oh my gosh, that looks terrible. I've got this little stick of hair sticking out the back there. Oh gosh. Alright, and as you can see, there's darkness that's coming up behind us. If you do not get enough questions properly right, and you don't move forward, eventually the dark will overtake you and your ghost will disappear, so you don't get a chance to take over the front runner. So as you can see, this was quite close. Sean was doing quite well. I think he did mess up somewhere because I do know he did not win this game. But it also, like I said, it gives the ghost a very unfair advantage because we're able to get 3 moves instead of just his 2. So that's why I said it's a big likely chance that we will overtake the living person and the living person won't make it. Okay, see, like there, he only got 1 right and I got 3 right, so I was able to get up right behind him. He was moaning at me and telling me how I'm not allowed to get close to him and not allowed to take his life. We tend to do that. It gets very competitive here at the end. But some of these questions are also like very, like, you don't know answer like this. Rum-based cocktails, I'm not a huge drinker, so yeah, I don't know that really well. So as you can see, it's really, really, really tight here at the end. I'm sitting right behind Sean, and I think in this he messed up, and yeah, I got all of them right. As you know, all of those months have 31 days. I'm glad I got this right, considering I should know this. Okay, and I was able to take over Sean, so I got my body back. As you can see, he was very upset about this. And so it came to the last one, which was Scrabble tiles worth 4 points or more. And yeah, I think a few people read that incorrectly. and didn't get it right. I'd been playing another game with Scrabble and I won. Very happy with myself for having won that round. I think this is only the second time I've ever won this game. The people to usually win are Darren and Sean. I don't know, their general knowledge is crazy. So anyway, as you saw, we started a new game. When we start a new game, it starts off as part 2, and as you can see, all the names except for mine have junior next to them. So you can continue with the games like this, where you carry on. Once the game's done, you can carry on with another game, and it just adds junior to your name, and you can carry on from there. So if we carried on with another one, you would then end up being junior, which is crazy, but it's loads of fun. I did not win this game. This game was a lot more difficult. I didn't do too badly, but yeah, definitely didn't win. I think I was also a lot more trying to keep little man happy. He was starting to get a little bit grumpy during the second game. As you can see, this is another one of the killing floors, so you have to decide if you take the money, the other people die, and if no one takes the money, no one dies, as you can see what the instructions say. So it's, yeah, a lot of the times we all make a pact and we just go, don't take the money, and then no one dies. Every now and again you will get someone who's going to be a little bit otherwise and will not listen and take the money. But as you can see, no one did it that night. Okay, that was the scoreboard. That's us going to the end. Sean again was the one who was living at the end and got to the end of the game. If I remember correctly, he did win this game. He got all the way to the end. The rest of us did not do so well answering these questions. I don't know why. I think we maybe were getting a bit tired. But yeah, I'll show you again all of us answering and trying to catch up to Sean. Like I said, we didn't do so well. I also eventually, you'll see my video disappears because little man was getting very grumpy. He was starting to get hungry, so I stopped my video so that I could quickly feed him while continuing to play. It did make it a bit more difficult, but it's mom life for you, right? You can see I haven't even looked at that question. I have no idea what it said. I've got paying so much attention to him that I quickly just glanced at the question. I don't even know if I got it right. No, I did terribly. As you can see here, I'm going to stop my video now. And yeah, I'm going to quickly feed him while continuing to play. Like I said, it wasn't really easy because sometimes he can be quite squirmy when he feeds, or he loves to do the boob swap where he goes from one to the other every time. He'll drink 2 minutes from one, 2 minutes from the other, and then want to go back to the other one again. So it can sometimes be quite a mission to feed him, and then having to answer timed questions is very difficult. As you can see, Sean overtook us like hectically. We all did really badly. Yeah, Sean just had to answer this one correctly and he won, if I remember correctly. Yeah, no, he needs to answer one more correct. Okay, but as you can see, the dark hasn't taken over any of us. At least we didn't do that badly this round. We have had rounds where we've had like 3 or 4 people disappear to the dark because the questions have just been really hard. And that's Sean having won, and the rest of us are dead. Okay, so that was the second round that we played, and then we decided to play something else. Unfortunately, when I tried to screen grab that, I don't know what happened. It got our voices, but it didn't actually get the game itself, so I can't actually show you what we did. But it was another game that we play called Quiplash. So this Zoom session, as you can see, is about to end. So what we're going to do is Sean will stop it. and he will then restart the meeting so that we can play another game. If I do remember correctly, after I fed little man, we put him down to sleep before we played Quiplash, and yeah, he slept from then. So yeah, there's everybody and saying goodbye. As of right now, I'm going to quickly do the unboxing for the gaming video that I was promising you guys for like I don't know how long. But anyway, so here's a basic setup for one of the tabletop games we play called Mansions of Madness. This here is what I'm going to be opening. It is a dice tray for tabletop games, which is awesome because playing with these dice and having them like, you roll them on the table and they go like everywhere. I mean, even just normal dice, I mean, they go all over the place and there's such a mission to do. So I'm going to be unboxing this and showing you. So one of my really good friends, she owns her own company called Goodberry. Her name is Lindy, and I will be putting a link down to her Facebook page and her websites and everything down in the bottom, and you can go have a look at what she does. She is a graphic designer, so this is something that she started doing to earn a bit of extra money during this whole crazy time that we're all in. Wow, she got this good and proper stuck down here. I love the, as you saw, the wax seal that she put on it. It's really good touch. I like that. Oh, wow, and she's even glued the bottom, so this is not going to come off easily. I'm going to have to go find a pair of scissors. Found. So I'm just going to cut this because it'll just be that much easier to bring. Yep, this just slides out. So beautifully done. I really like it. With her business card there. As you can hear, little man is behind me. Yeah, so this is the inside of the tray, so you can put all your dice in here to keep them safe while you're not playing with them, and then you can use here to be able to roll them. They've got nice little grippy feet here at the bottom so that it's not going to slide off your table or whatever surface you're using to play on, which is nice, so that you know that they're not going to go anywhere. So yeah, this is awesome. I'm so happy about this. So you can have a look. I'll take our dice, put nicely in there, and then you can take however many dice you need and roll them in there without having to worry, which is, yeah, this is just really awesome. So yeah, thanks Lynn. This is really cool, and I know it's been a long time coming, but yeah, so that is the unboxing I wanted to do. Yeah, Manky, I know, you also want to be a part of it. Have a look here. There's a little man. Say hi. Okay, Hubby and I are starting season 21 of Diablo. As you can see, we've got a whole lot of new things that we get when we finished the season. We have a new portrait frame, a new pet, and new transmogrifications as well. Then there's different armors for each of the different characters. Abby and I decided we would play the Necromancer this season. This is me trying to figure out which one was the Necromancer. Yeah, it's been a while since we played. So this is the Necromancer armor that we'll get this season. We do know there is another armor that is now out for the Necromancer, so hopefully this season we'll be able to get it somewhere, obviously later on. Alright, I had to delete one of my characters so that I could make space to create this new season character. So I just chose a Wish Doctor that I hadn't played with for a while, just deleted him. And then I just created a new character, obviously choosing the Necromancer like I said. Yeah, gave it a name. 6, make sure it was a seasonal character, otherwise you have to go and redo it again. As you can see, we start at level 1 and you start with absolutely nothing for the season, which I actually thoroughly enjoy. It's one of the reasons I really enjoy doing seasons. And yeah, we go from there. We try to get our friend on to play with us, but yeah, I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for hubby now to quickly create his character, and then we will start playing. Okay, hubby was finally ready, so going to game settings, making sure it was on adventure, and then changing the difficulty level. We usually try to play as high a torment as possible, usually anywhere between torment 1 and 2 to start off, just to try and get us to level as fast as possible. Then once we get there, yeah, so it opens us up. I'm not 100% sure where we started. Okay, we started in Act 2. Still waiting for hubby to join the game. I started so long. So as you can see, I don't know if anyone else plays Diablo or not, but yeah, we started off like all your gear and stuff is very simple. If you go into your inventory, you can see it's very little. Then if you have a look here, this is the season journey, and this is chapter 1. So once we finish with chapter 1, I don't think you get any rewards. You only get rewards once you finished chapter 2, 3, and 4. Then you get gear, the gear that I showed you in the beginning for the character. We're going to start with bounty so long. It's one of the chapter requirements. So we have to finish all 5 of those bounties for this act. They're usually fairly simple, but in the beginning it takes a while to get through these bounties. Only because you are very low level, and yeah, you don't go through the through the monsters as fast as you'd like. I would really like, as you can see I'm clicking like crazy on the exclamation point, I'd really like it if the game would just allow you to be able to click on that exclamation point to take you to where you want to go, but you have to click on the one on the map. So here we are in the Stinging Winds. I went in by myself. You can see hubby's now joined the game, but which makes the monsters stronger, and yeah, no, I was not doing so well on my own. As you can see, you only have 2 moves in the beginning. I think all I had was a scythe, and I don't think you get anything else. I think it's just the scythe that you get. I went in here just to hopefully looking for something, but yeah, in the lower levels you don't really get much from breaking stuff, but I don't know, hoping I'd find something. Here I am just getting my pet. This pet is used to pick up gold so that you're not having to run around like a crazy person trying to pick up every little piece of gold. This pet will run after it. I chose a little Groot dude to help me out. As you can see, he follows you around. And there hubby is behind me, having just joined. He's a little blue arrow now on my screen. Yeah, me trying to attack monsters again on my own, and I died. First death of the season. So you get a few revive a corpse chances. I think you get like 3, and then once you're done with those, then you have to revive at your last checkpoint. It does eventually like renew itself, and then you can revive again at your corpse, but it does take a while. As you can see, I have leveled. I'm now level 2. Yay! Not that it does much in the beginning. And as you can see, the snowballs that are rolling around all over the place, it is one of the perks for this season. So there's, I think, a few different things that happens. There's the snowballs, there's the tornadoes, and I know there was something else. And there's poison that ends up like springing up all over the ground. I'll try and show you guys each of the different things. As you saw, there was snowballs now. Yeah, I ran in here to try and avoid dying again. So run away from all the monsters. Yeah, this is one of the other things that happens as well. I think it's once you've killed so many monsters, you get these different perks. So this is one of them. And then that beam you can use in like directional, directed at one of the enemies to cause extra damage. Okay, here's the poison. So you get like these balls of poison that come down from the sky and helps to also just cause extra damage. I'm just struggling against this guy at the moment. He's a lot stronger than me, and every time he hits me, he takes quite a bit of life. And I don't have life regen at the moment, so if I need more life, I have to use a potion to get it back up again. You can see I'm really struggling against these big guys on my own. This first objective that we had to do took a while because I think we may have had the torment up just a little bit too high. Okay, the objective for this was just to unlock these cages and set these guys free, and you think, oh, that's simple, except now, as you can see here, these guys have just sprouted up out of the ground, and this is what happens, is that as you're trying to run for that little sparkly dot on the map, these creatures just attack you from out of nowhere. So yeah, hopefully I'll quickly kill these guys. And I died. Of course I died. And as you can see, the poison was killing them for me while I was dead. Right, so you can see the bodies on the ground, like the bloody bodies. You only get that with the necromancer because they eventually use the bodies for attacks and stuff for later on. I'll show you later which attacks use the bodies on the ground. At the moment, with the low level that I am, I don't have anything that uses the bodies just yet. Right, I'm not 100% sure what's causing the enemies to be feared away, but I'm not complaining. We haven't figured that out yet, what's causing it. We think it's the dark that is around me, because that's not usual. I think that's also with the perks and everything that's for the season. You can see I just got new skills and just trying them out. I don't really like scythe because you have to be really up close and personal with the enemies, and at such a low level that just means I'm going to die faster. So I prefer the ground sparks and the bone spear because I can attack from further away without being, having to chase the enemies down. And I died again. That happens a lot, especially in the beginning and then later on in the game as well. So as you can see, all those enemies were around this cage before I had to get to it. So this is why it took so long, because we had to get 5 of these cages, and every time you get near to one of these cages there are tons of enemies around it. And because my hubby was, I don't know what he was doing, I think he was busy with something, I was doing this on my own, which made it more difficult because this was supposed to be done with 2 people because the monsters become more difficult the more players you have playing with you online. So as hubby and I were attacked by all these creatures, little man decided to wake up, so I just ran out and got myself killed. I just died and left myself there to go and sort him out. Hubby carried on playing without me. If you have a look on the map, he is the yellow dot on the map, and he will be running around killing creatures and whatnot while I am busy putting little man back down. It wasn't too bad to put him back down that night. It was fairly easy. Put his dummy in, I think I rocked him a little bit and he went down quite easily. So I wasn't dead for too long, and he was actually really good that night. He woke up that once, and then he didn't wake up again until we were done playing, which was really nice. So we got a good amount of gaming in before he had to wake up again. Okay, so here you can see those explosions that are happening all over. That is now what I'm using the bodies for. So now I can, every time a body like that is dropped on the floor, I can click on it and it will explode to cause extra damage to the enemies. There's a few different things that use the bodies, so you get the explosions like this, and then you get corpse lance, which is my favorite one to use, because then you take the bones out of the bodies basically and fling them at the enemies to cause damage, which I thoroughly enjoy doing. Okay, here's the other perk. So these are the tornadoes that come out to help you. What can be a bit like disconcerting with these perks is that every now and again they'll like show up like this, and you trying to avoid them as your character, because most of the time it's an enemy that causes these, and so you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get hurt, and you're like, oh wait, no, actually that's ours that are causing damage to the enemies. It's the same thing with the poison that falls down from the sky. There's also enemies that do that, and so of course your first thought is also, oh my gosh, I'm going to die, and then you're like, oh wait, no, that's not damaging me. So here we are back in town. We're going to try and just get a bit of gear, so we tend to buy our gear first just to try and boost ourselves a bit to get through everything. And yeah, we just try to do that in the beginning for now. Eventually we'll start getting items from bounties and from higher level monsters and stuff like that, but the easiest way to do it now is just to buy all your equipment. The better equipment is the yellow that you can see. The blue is your very simple stuff. Obviously the ones without any color on them are really simple and don't really do much. They don't have any perks or anything like that. And then later on you get legendary, and then you get ancient legendary as well, but that you only get once you hit level 70 and have done your solo rift run, which I'll show you what the rift looks like now. So during this game I pulled a really rookie move, and I stupidly opened a chest, which now brought out this gold guy. A stupid rookie move. I thought, oh, let's open a chest, not thinking that it could be booby trapped, which this one was. So we were already fighting off hordes of monsters, and then I went and made it worse by calling out more. So we came across our first goblin of the season. Realizing how we were struggling with the normal enemies on Torment 2, we decided it would be better if we dropped the level just a bit, because yeah, otherwise we would have struggled. Me trying to figure out how to drop the level again. You can see it's been a while. So we dropped it down to master, thinking that would be enough, and then we went off after the goblin. Now these goblins are really nice because they often drop like quite a lot of gold. Sometimes they'll drop special items. Later on they'll drop gems and stuff like that, and crafting materials. And yeah, they're usually quite difficult to kill because they dash off like that, and they dash into hordes of enemies, which, as you can see, makes things very difficult because you struggle to get through the hordes of enemies to get to the goblin. And as you can see, it keeps opening up portals like that. It opens them up for a few times, and then eventually it opens one up, and it keeps it open until it jumps through it, and then you've lost the goblin, which unfortunately happened with this goblin because we were just not strong enough to kill it. And as you can see, the blue highlighted enemy that just came up behind me is one of the stronger enemies, which yeah, because of that is also going to make this difficult. As you can see, the portal is now staying open, and he is going to jump through it, and there he goes. And now we are being attacked by hordes of monsters, and as you can see, we are dying. So yeah, we were still not strong enough to kill the goblin even on a lower difficulty level, which yeah, kind of sucked, but it usually happens in the beginning. Alright, after killing this blue, I got my first legendary item. As you can see, it's like a orangey brown color. After identifying this, it turned out to be Leoric's crown, which is quite a nice one to have, because any gem you put in there is like doubled, I think, or something like that. What's nice to put in there, especially in the beginning, is a red gem, because that helps to boost your experience so you level faster. At this point we don't have gems yet. We get them later on, but yeah, I'm still running around with it because I didn't even have any helms or anything at the moment. So yeah, the first legendary drop of the game. Eventually hubby also got one later on. But yeah, this is usually the first one you get. Most of the time if you get your first legendary, it's 9 times out of 10 Leoric's crown. Okay, our last objective was to kill Zoltan Cool. So yeah, we quickly killed him. The nice thing by here, we have our skeletal mages, which are really nice because we send them out to kind of fight, as well as the skeleton army that we have, which is nice because it keeps the enemies away from us so we can stand at a distance and attack. So yeah, we didn't take too long to kill him, which was quite nice. We did level up quite nicely from here on out, and we're doing a decent amount of damage from here. We are still on master. We will increase the difficulty level the next time we play. So as you can see, he's almost dead. Once he's dead, we will go and collect the chest items. And once we're done there, then we head back into town and we get the bounty box from Tyrael. Okay, and we go, we speak to Tyrael, and he tells us that we finished, and then we get the bounty box, which is quite nice. Me just putting new equipment into my character that I picked up. And there you go. In the bounty box is always plans, blood shards, and a couple of pieces of armor. So I just went to the blacksmith and gave him the plans that he needed to learn, and I'm just destroying stuff that wasn't necessary. So that was the end of the bounty. So once we were done with the bounty, we then decided to do a Nephilim rift. Okay, as you can see, we finished one of the goals for the chapter. The next one is a Nephilim rift. So we go in here, Nephilim, and it opens up a portal. I try to get a phylactery from Kadala. Anyone who plays Diablo knows that Kadala is a horrible woman. So anyway, this is us jumping into the rift. A rift can take a while because, yeah, you have to find blues and gold enemies to get coins that then raise the bar to the end. So that bar over there that you can see on the right needs to be filled up all the way to the end, and then you get the Rift Guardian. Once you've killed the Rift Guardian, you get items and stuff, and then you go out, you get loads of experience points and stuff like that for doing these rifts. It's one of the reasons you go in to do them. Later on, one of the biggest reasons to go in and do a rift is to get Death's Breath, because yeah, you use it for everything in this game. So yeah, it's one of the biggest resources that you go in to get, and you get it from killing hordes of monsters and killing blues and golds as well. So that's one of the big reasons to do it there. Okay, here's a gold. I'll show you once he is dead what the coins will look like that you need to collect. As you can see, the bar is already starting to go up, because killing normal enemies does raise the bar, just not as fast as killing a gold or a blue and getting the coins that come from them. So there you can see the coins on the ground. As you collect them, they go up into the bar, and you can see the bar jumps quite a bit when you collect those coins. Okay, I'm not going to bore you with the whole rift, so I'm going to speed it up quickly just to show you how we go through it and kill all the enemies. So there are different levels to the rifts that take you through to everything. As you can see, yeah, we definitely got the hang of it, and we definitely, yeah, our power increased, and we were able to get through the monsters a lot easier. This rift did actually take a while still though. Okay, we had to go back to town because we ran out of space. We also just quickly did all our skill levels and powers and stuff like that to see what works for us. And then yeah, we sold stuff and emptied stuff out and repaired armor and all of that, all the things you do when you go into town. We started getting gems, so I took some of my gems and put them in where they needed to be to help also boost my power level. Okay, as you can see, we're getting a lot closer to the end. There's the Rift Guardian, and he's dead. Okay, once we killed him, we did run around a little bit extra just to kill the last of the few monsters. We leveled up quite nicely. We are now sitting at level 23. It is 10:30, and we decided to call it night. So we closed the rift. We finished off a bit with our characters, just sold stuff, put new equipment on, yeah, just sorted everything out for the night, which we usually do before we log off, and that was it for the night. Yeah, that's how long we usually play. Sometimes we'll play longer depending also what time little man goes down for his sleep at night, but usually we'll finish at about 10:30, and yeah, that'll be it for the night. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed all the gaming and stuff that I did, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get Matt's updates and everything for you guys up either this week or next. So enjoy. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Bye guys.